out today for the first time after getting over this bug which stopped me from going out for a while, and I'm checking out a semi-new location. Now, I could have driven pretty much right to where I want to end up, but I've chosen to park about a 15-20 minute walk away. And the reason for that is when you drive somewhere, you can't really be looking around and seeing what's going on and what potential opportunities there might be on the way. But if I walk, I've got plenty of time to look around. And also, by walking, I can go down a different path, a different route than I would be able to driving, and check out some other potential locations on the way. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this as a nice little stroll. I'm down in Guadamar del Segura, not far from the port or the marina. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. At the end of kind of a little jetty. Now, I've been to the jetty, or not jetty, but the harbour wall on that side by the marina, and that side, but I've never been on this one, which is in the middle, and the reason for that is it's actually the hardest one to get to. But I am actually here now, and I think I might as well do a shot. I was kind of hoping that it curved a bit more that way so that I could put the little light tower thing, which is kind of behind you here, spin you around and show you this thing, kind of out to sea, with the other one over there kind of curving around, but it curves around too much to do that. So I'm just thinking of doing that, maybe a vertical shot, rocks in the foreground and the end of the harbour wall with a little light on in the background, and probably, in fact I think definitely a long exposure, and quite possibly black and white. Let's get set up and see what we can do. So to be honest, the light is a bit too bright at the minute for this. I need to get lower down, I think. Don't really want to go clambering down there. The light's a bit too bright, a little bit too harsh, but I don't think I'm going to come back around this part of the scene later. I think I'm going to go back around and over that way. So I might as well shoot it now. I need to get the tripod lower down to close the gap between the rocks in the foreground and the light, the other harbour wall and the kind of lighthouse thing in the background, because there's too much negative space in there. Okay, it's about 22 mil, I think. Let's get some filters on. I'm gonna go 10 stop. I think it's probably going to need another filter. I'm going to put a 3 stop on as well. Let me get a minute. Let's try a minute, but I am probably going to have to focus stack this as well. So it'll be 2 1-minute exposures, one for the background, one for the foreground. I'm going to do now is head back up and then take a walk down onto the next beach over and see if there's anything there that grabs me in the lead up to sunset. walking down here, I could see this bright white of these trees here. Probably going to try to avoid having the sky in there. It's quite a contrasty scene. I'm going to go in and I'm going to isolate the main tree, take out the sky, just concentrate on the shape. And because it's very bright, the background should drop away and get nicely contrasty. So I can get 1/50th of a second probably. But it's a lovely shape on that tree. And just concentrate on that one tree, get the shape in there. Bit closer. I certainly wouldn't have spotted that if I'd driven down. Long walkway through the dunes leading out to the beach, I think. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to find to photograph here, but hopefully something. Well, I followed that walkway down onto the beach, and I was hoping as I was walking along there that there might be a composition, maybe using the walkway again like I did a few videos ago when I was doing black and white compared to colour. But honestly, it just never quite lined up. And now I'm out onto the beach. I can see the breakwaters where I was are just over that way. And way up in that direction is where I was doing the black and white versus colour video. And this is actually a nudist beach, although I don't think we have to worry about that today. I mean, it's warm, but it's not that warm, if you know what I mean. Now there is another walkway over there. The walkway that I came along split, and the other part of it comes out just over there. So I think I'm going to go and walk back down that way and see if there's anything obvious to shoot from over there. We're still nearly an hour till sunset. Not quite sure what's going to happen. It's not a massive amount of cloud, but there is a little bit, so you know, you never know. I think if you're going to use something as graphically strong as these wooden walkways with the, you know, the rails on either side, you need a degree of simplicity around them, because if it's messy, it loses impact. So you either need, you know, something nice and flat or fairly flat, or maybe some water, but with it being overgrown, lots of trees and bushes and sort of scrubby grass and that coming through, I just don't feel that any of them are actually working at the moment. So we'll carry on looking. I said you needed a bit of simplicity, and I think I've got it here. What I'm looking at is this curving line of the walkway as it kind of wraps around the dunes. If I compose it correctly, I can keep all of the trees and everything that are on one side out of the way. I would ordinarily maybe put the tripod up for this, but I'm going to shoot handheld because I want to put the camera up high, because what I'd really like to do is just get the end of the walkway so it's not crossing the far coastline. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I'm tall enough, and I certainly couldn't do it with my tripod because it's not tall enough. If I'd brought my really tall tripod, I probably could have done, but I didn't, so I don't know if I can get high enough up. on the side of the Segura River. There's a lot of buildings over in the background. The river curves around on that side. My first thought was a single wide angle shot, kind of looking down that way with the river curving around and the buildings and reflections. Maybe a bit of a crazy idea, but I'm going to put the fisheye on and see what that looks like. Interesting. I can get the buildings mostly straight, but everything else curves, so it might work. I'm wondering if I go down nearer to the water, would I get a better effect with the fisheye? So we might give that a go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. There's a bit of the land coming in from the left that I can't get out of the frame, but I suspect I can probably just either clone that out or crop in a little bit. Just go a little bit further out. And what I'm doing is putting the centre line right across the middle of the frame, so that takes out the fisheye distortion in all the buildings. And the buildings sit right in the centre with some nice cloud patterns coming off the top. Yeah, some nice light on them as well. Like I say, it might need a little bit of a crop in post. Yeah, so we've got nice reflections of the buildings and some nice side lighting because the sun's over that way. Yeah, I like that. It's not a Manhattan skyline scene, but it's quite nice. The sun has actually gone down now. I've had a quick look around and there's nothing that's grabbing me to do a blue hour shot. I just don't feel there's a composition there that's going to work with it. So with that in mind, I'm now heading back to the car, which, as you recall, I left some distance away from where I thought my main photo shoot was going to be. In fact, I started this video out saying that I was doing that deliberately so that I could explore some areas along the way. Now, as it turned out, the main location I was heading for didn't really present much in the way of opportunities, maybe one image. All of the other opportunities came about because I parked the car a walk away and had a wander around on the way to what I thought was going to be my main location. So it just goes to prove sometimes taking the most direct path to where you're going to shoot is not the best thing to do. Taking a slightly more wandering path might actually be better. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Until the next one, thank you very much for watching. Bye.